Hello and welcome to UKGT. Of course, this is going to be the second game of tonight, the first map. It's going to be here on Mirage. We've got CEX, 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 whatever you want to call them, versus SKUM.
CEX, it's all the same. All the same.
And I'm going to be joined by Snuds.
Hello.
He's probably gonna. No. Well, we make friends quickly here.
Exactly, especially in Britain. What can we say?
Yeah, it's an experience. But as we can see, knife round well and truly underway. Do you want to tell us, a little bit about these? I mean, there isn't really much we can say about some of them. So
to talk about experience, SKUM Gaming. I'm not kidding when I'm saying they're definitely one of the best teams in the UK. They recently won the UK Gaming Qualifier for $10,000. So, I'm going to be very surprised if they get outplayed here.
If you know, then you know.
Anyway, SKUM Gaming, I haven't got a clue, mate. Honestly, I have not got a clue. They definitely the wildcard team in this tournament. They came out of nowhere. They beat everyone. Everybody's accusing them of being a cheater. Everyone's saying, this muffin guy, they're cheating. Not all of them are from the UK, blah, blah. They're trying to get money. So definitely a big scandal there. These players are legit. They're playing on anti-cheat. You can't fault them here. They turned up during the qualifying. Here they are now versus CEX. Definitely a team that's been around for a very, very long time. The core being Rezu. Rezu is CEX. And into this round, we'll be seeing a kit and smoke onto JDD. And potentially a double smoke here. We could be seeing smoke jungle, smoke towards stairs, and then flash over towards CT and fight CT. Let's see.
Yeah, they're going to be making their way on towards the site, and well, it's mainly going to come on a jot to try and hold this down. If the smokes render everyone else useless, will be forced on back out of CT as they storm onto the site. Currently, it's still a 5-on-5. Bomb going to be going down, but it's actually Jod and Rezu to start mopping up these players. Jod coming in through CT, able to get 2 frags for himself, and now it's Brody C as well. Going to be able to find one out onto Nika, leaving it all on Filler here. 1 versus 5. He's got lots left to do, only a Glock in hand. Able to get 1, but that is going to be all she wrote as the first round. Going to be going the way of CEX in a very dominating fashion for what looked like at the start a rather shaky pistol round on their behalf.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the idea there, smoke off stairs, smoke off jungle, flash over initially, and then flash over again. The problem was easy one-taps there for the CT side. CEX have the right setup. They're playing retake. They're playing towards CT ticket booth. And those two players just walk into the crosshairs and they fall one by one, resulting in a very clean pistol round cut for CEX. Only one player dying, that's Brody C. And Brody C known for being a very, very aggressive player. And Liam S, quite the contrast there. Very stable, very complete player. JDD as well, being probably the highest skilled player on this team. Definitely potentially the mad fragger here. Rezu, the IGL and the face of CEX as the brand, as the org. And then Astro, sort of the wildcard AWPer that's really just been picked up randomly. He's got a lot of hours played, 4.3k hours. I checked his profile. He's played a lot. He's been around for a while. Just nobody picked him up until now. I believe Rezi was watching his stream, was like, this kid's got some talent. He's doing some nice AWP shots. Let's try and get him in and try and get some experience with him and see what happens. So definitely a big risk on this roster from Rezu. But we'll see what happens. And hopefully they can get some early wins going into this league.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good for them, definitely on paper at least. And as they head in towards mid and half of SKUM here, they are just going to be taking things relatively slowly. With only 40 seconds left, they've got to try and make something happen towards one of these sites sooner rather than later. Right now, that mid presence going to be going unchecked, but Astro looking to try and change that, doing great damage. Going to find 2. Backed up, of course, by Rezu over towards short as they completely shut down that mid play. Able to find 1 over towards A, but will be dropped. As CEX, they pick themselves up a second round on the board, and also as to eliminate the SKUM Gaming threat there relatively efficiently, only losing 1 player there to the might of the P250. It will be a buy down now for the side of SKUM. AKs across the board, with the exception of Muffin, who is going to be on the Galil.
Once again, a lack of the AWP will mean... well, actually, I was about to say some aggressive play towards mid, smokes and whatnot, but instead they're holding for the default. They know CEX like to play aggressive. Talking about aggressive, Rezu already slowly pushing towards top of mid, up short, and he will be matched now and faced by 2 CT players, 2 T players, but they are flashed. Gets the information, and he dips. He falls back, and Brody see that lines up 2 of those players. SKUM, nope. Muffin gets the trade onto Astro. So we'll be seeing a 4 versus 3. 1 minute 20 on the clock, and the bomb is towards T-spawn. So this is definitely going to be a slow, played out round here for SKUM. So far, it's looking to go in the favor of CEX.
Yeah, CeX right now, I mean, they're taking things nice and slowly. They've got that man advantage. They're already where they want to be. You can see they've fallen back into very passive locations. Right now, already see holding over towards stairs. He's going to be the main player to kind of answer back to this eventual A play when it comes underway. Of course, backed up by JDD over towards CT spawn. These rifles should be able to dispatch some of these players at longer ranges, especially seeing as they are just embedded into the site in a very, very nice crossfire position. But there are still 3 smokes on the cards right now for SKUM Gaming to try and utilize, and they are going to be lining those up right now. Going to be trying to smoke off CT and jungle by the looks of things as they go for this push. And here we go. It's going to be underway. The man advantage still in favor of CEX, but as they make their way out onto the site, smokes to cut it in half. And well, they do accurately kind of flush out CEX, as well as that duck able to get one out on a Brody C. Muffin not ready to give up just yet, doing good damage, drops out JDD, and then it's going to be another out on a Rezu. Now it's just Liam, 1v3, trying to make his way in through jungle.
How on earth is this resulting in a 1 versus 3? Bananas. 1 versus 2 now, as Liam does find the kill towards jungle. And now with no kit in hand, the time is ticking down, but actually a player gets spotted out there, 2 HP. Unfortunate scenes there, but Muffin with an insane 3k. I mean, SKUM, they run the clock down, they stick together, and I was about to say they wanted to play the trade game, try and get entry into A, trade the frag, and play the 2 versus 3 with the bomb down. Instead, they found 2 easy frags, 2 easy entries onto the A bomb site, and that meant a 2 versus 3. Somehow, some way, SKUM take that, and that will put CEX onto the eco, even though they did win the first 2 rounds. But then again, leading to the next round, Astro will have the AWP, and that will make a massive and a major difference towards mid. And that could potentially catch SKUM off guard. They might not expect the AWP onto the 5th round. Then again, though, eco here for the CT side, so all CX looking for is 2 or 3 kills.
Yeah, and well, everybody's just going to be caught out, making his way up through connector aggressively. Hawkins looking to try and do some damage in mid, able to get one, going for the spray transfer, but he's being backed up by Nika. One frag coming out on behalf of Rezu, but he's quickly dispatched as CEX. They're being dropped left and right. It's Liam over towards short with the P250, who can't quite chime in any damage, leaving this on JDD to make his way out through window, who once again whiffs that shot with the CZ. Now it's a 2-on-4, and they've had potential to do some damage, but they haven't been able to utilize it. And now they will be facing themselves in a 2v4 retake scenario, unless Nika on the flank can deal with this.
Yeah, pretty impossible round here for CEX, but, you know, if Liam can get an extra frag kit, take a gun out the hand, it's not the end of the world, and watch if any will fall. 2 versus 2, we are tied as the second buy run comes into play. Will Nika keep the SMG? Actually, it's quite interesting. If he keeps the might see him go underpass towards connector. Could even go for a fast palace play, try and catch out a player on the A bomb site. But yeah, SMG on Rezu as well. Orb onto Astro. Can have to be seeing a strong play from him. But talking about the SMG in close quarters engagements, 5 players shift walking towards B. This could be detrimental if Liam leaves and goes towards and pushes short, isolating Rezu towards B.
I'm going to be playing up close and personal with the UMP. Of course, it's where you'd want it, but as Hawkins goes for the peak, is able to find that one, and now it's all on Liam to lock down this B site. He's trapped over towards short, able to find one. The nades raining in, doing a lot of damage, but flashes will allow him to survive momentarily. Hawkins quick to mop that up. He's on 2 frags right now, just entering in towards B like a machine. Bomb going to be going down. The man advantage in favor of SKUM Gaming here. But I mean, they're losing the smokes to their advantage is pushing on through. Brody through the smoke, going to get dropped out of the equation very early on in this retake, leaving it now in a 2-on-4. JDD just crouching up close and personal on the other side of this smoke. Able to find one, looking for a second. He's doing a lot of damage, but will be dropped out. Leaving it all on Astro, who's fallen back towards A with the AWP. Wants to try and hold on to it, but Hawkins, he is hungry for blood. Will be dropped out, but they know where he is. He signals his position to the rest of the team. Astro got to try and get away, and it looks like he will be able to save the AWP, take that into the next round, and live to fight another day. Oh, unless... Oh!
Gets a shot. He will survive and take down Nika. 3-2. Contact BU play, definitely working out strong for them. Rezu jumps onto the van, does fall there, and that will cement the entry for SKUM Gaming and allow them to go onto the B bomb site, granting them the 3rd round. And again, the money is reset for CX. And honestly, strong start here. SKUM, they can take this one as well, 4-2. And at this point, if they can go 9-6, maybe try and go for 8-7, try and equalize the half. I mean, they've done more than I anticipated. I really did think CX would steamroll this. potentially go 10-5, maybe even 11-4, which you've seen so far today. But maybe I'm tooting their horn a little bit too early.
Yeah, right now, I mean, SKUM, they're just biding their time trying to make their way down mid. They're using these rifles at longer ranges to their advantage. And, you know, they're well aware that CeX, with the exception of Astro, who does have the AWP, will be relegated down to these pistols. Now, he's posted up ready and waiting to catch this connector play. He's going to be able to find the first. And as that Molotov does block off short for the time being, it allows SKUM Gaming to make their way out over towards the A site now, going on the lurk through jungle. It's going to yield them one frag out onto Rezu, but they've still got to contest with this AWP, who for the time being is doing a great job of denying the peek out, but it's actually going to be Brody with 2 deeks. 2 fast deeks there to find 2 frags. Now it's a 2 versus 3. The man advantage is going to be going the way of CeX into this one. Bomb trying to make its way out towards B, but there are 2 players here very early on to try and contest it. But they do have the rifles.
They have the rifles and the utility and the opening kill, making it the 2 versus 2. But look at the close flank here from JDD. Spots out the player. Duck does fall, and now Philip, the 1 versus 2, gets a nice shed shot there. And Brody, see if the AWP holding the angle, is making the right play, but that smoke will throw a spanner into the works. He's going to have to get a 3rd deagle kill for himself in this round, and that smoke really does make a massive difference. As he walks through, and Filler finds another headshot, the 2nd from that round. Picks up the AWP. 4-2, they got a little bit closer than anticipated, but then again, SKUM, they were anticipated and expected to win that round, so nothing really changed in the grand scheme of things. CeX here with the 3rd buy. AWP again onto Astro. No armor, actually. Gonna have to be quite risky and quite safe here. Gonna go for the mid peak. Let's see if it's matched for anything.
No, like you say, just peeking that mid angle. Gonna be with the AWP in hand, and Hawkins, he wants to try and make something happen here. He wants to walk into the waiting arms of Astro, and he does so. There we go. The opening frag going to be going the way of CeX. It's probably the best start we've seen them have in quite some time here as they look to try and recuperate a couple of rounds. Over on the CT side, you can see mid-aggression shut down very early on. They've only lost 1 player, but already it's caused SKUM Gaming to completely halt in their tracks. They have to try and regroup and decide where next best to take their course of action, as they do still have a player watching mid in the form of Nika, but everyone else slowly but surely pushing up towards B apps.
Yep, definitely making the right play here. They are a man down, so if they were to play the default and carry on playing the default and wind the clock down, having the man disadvantage is going to make it very hard for them to trade frag. But as they are stacked up, hopefully we'll be seeing the entry or the trade towards B. Liam is caught out, spots the players, the Molotovs come in, and they actually catch him. No! The Molotovs fall just saw, they're not going to expect him here, and they do actually, pre-aiming the angle, Filler and SKUM. Duck, find the entries, the B-bomb site is SKUM's.
Yeah, B-bomb site might be at SKUM's right now, but it's looking like they're only going to be having it on loan as CeX come back through in a big way. Going to find 2 frags early on, leaving it now with the man advantage in their favor. Brody just locking it down. It's all on a Duck, and he gets eliminated as Rezu with the short play. Quick to deal with that one. It's a 3-4 scoreline now as CeX. They keep 3 players alive. They should be able to grab that AWP, and they do so. It's now going to be a double AWP setup for the CTs. And I mean, just what a textbook retake there at the B site to cement that 3rd round.
Good retake, smart. Smokes came in and flashes came in. Brody saved the entry as well initially. Allowed CeX to win that, even though I really didn't see them winning it. The big problem here is the way that first initial player died in mid, right? Bad flashbang for his teammate, allowed Astro such a free kill with his AWP. And that meant, okay, imagine if there's another player on that B-bomb site for that retake. That's 1 more angle that he can hold. 1 less angle for the CTs to have an advantage onto the terrace, and another trade frag the CTs would have to find. So that 1 stupid death in mid definitely caused SKUM to lose that round, and the Molotov there. Astro shoots the AWP, whiffs. That's the retreat here, granting mid control for the T side. The problem is that they have no players towards A or B, so once they have mid, it's going to be very difficult for them to pull the trigger on one of these sites. But we could be seeing a connector play here. Got that player in T-spawn slowly grafting towards the A-bomb site. Many players. Is that player boosted in window as well? It is. Nika is below Whorehouse in window now, and he can be the backstab player. He can be the key. Yeah, he's just going to die, isn't he? Asher finds him, takes him down. Pretty, yeah. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, the issue we're kind of seeing, unravel into this one is they focus so much attention in towards mid. When you send all 5 players to a location, you lose a lot of time, you lose a lot of information elsewhere, and they've got very little for it. I mean, they boosted that player up window, he gets eliminated, and now they only have 1 player trapped down in lower tunnels in the form of Filler, who is just, for the time being, almost like null and void. He can't really commit to anything here, as there are 2 players just primed and ready to deal with him when it comes underway. Everyone else for SKUM is pushing out towards that A site, but they've still got to contest with the players here. And as they get dropped out, Body on the rotate in through connector, able to find one. The rotate does come through, and somehow they've been able to turn this around. But then Liam and Astro on the back of these double orbs don't want to allow them any sort of chance back into this one. Liam from short finds 2 nice frags in order to cement a 4th equalizing round on the board for CEX.
No smokes for the T side. Grant Liam S the angle to peer in through short, through connector, catch those players crossing towards triple boxes. And all it took was 1 smoke, and instantly 2 of those T players would stay alive for longer. 2 entries. Brody C and his fellow teammate died towards CT and jungle. Grant's Scum Gaming, the A bomb site, but Liam S there holding the angle. Keeps the round for CX 4-4, and the money is very weak. We'll be seeing the eco coming out from SKUM. I mean, like the tactic going for the burst through Palace. Problem is though, already 3 players hit.
Yeah, they're trying to rock out with their Glocks out, but it's not going to be the case as Brody and JWD just shutting it down. JWD switching out to the USP, and he channels his inner Sam Fisher. Can't quite deny the bomb plant, but he mops it up nicely. Would have been better if he could have just landed that headshot a few milliseconds earlier to deny the plant, but still, the extra cash injection for SKUM will allow them to have a very healthy buy up into this round. 5-4 right now as CEX. They retake the lead for the first time since the pistol.
5 players staying alive for CX, so that eco is so important as well. Look at the money, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. 3K on the remaining 2 players, so their money is strong. They can keep reinvesting into these rounds if they do lose them. But you just mentioned there, 5 rifles will mean an execute. Without the AWP, they don't want to play the pick game. They don't want to play nice and slow. They want to play the execute style. And personally, I like the call. You can see there's only 1 player towards triple. As soon as the smokes come out, he will retreat, give up the A bomb site. This means the bomb should go down for SKUM. And hopefully, with the bomb going down, finally, they will win A after plant.
Yeah, I mean, that said, though, they have rotated these mid players through and in towards the A site. If they decide to potentially go aggressive over these smokes, which is what we're seeing, that this could bode very badly here for SKUM as they're using their own smokes against them. We can see an early frag out on Anika. He's going to halt the push a little bit, but quickly returned as Hawkins finds JWD. Brody, meanwhile, going to be finding another double frag in from Sandwich. He's just lining them up and knocking them down today. Now it's a 2 versus 3. It's all going to be on Filler and Hawkins. Bomb is down, but it's not really planted very advantageously for anyone. It is going to be a Palace plant, but with no one in that location, they will just be relying on raw aim and talent to finish this one off, and that's exactly what Filler and Hawkins, they do it at the end, and they manage to pull it off against all odds.
The CTs, they have smokes, nades, and flashes. Smoke ramp, flash over, flash and peek. Sorry, peek with the flashes. Rounds over. Play the trade game, got the man advantage. Have a man lead, flash the angle. If he dies, trade him. Boom, rounds over. They just walk into the crosshairs of SKUM. They didn't anticipate that player towards Shadow underneath the balcony. He will catch up that CT player. And as soon as that CT player dies, that allows the player under balcony to start wide swing towards jungle. And Phillip gets the 2K there, cementing 5-5, tying up the scoreboard. Definitely didn't anticipate that, but a good change here. You saw when we watched Impulse play, they didn't really change what they were doing. They kept running the same strat. They didn't work. SKUM, they make the right adjustment. They have the smoke towards jungle. That does not allow Liam S to have an impact from short. Without those early frags from Liam, the afterplant goes in the favor of SKUM Gaming. Finally, they make it 5-5. So 1 minute on the clock. Good default here coming up from SKUM. They don't want to play aggressive towards A because they know that they've been playing retake for the CTs very, very often towards CT. Instead, there's been mid pushes from Rezu and Co. Also pushes towards B short. So good play here from SKUM. I like the read. I like the default. And eventually they will find out towards B. And hopefully be seeing a execute or a B contact.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to depend on whether or not Nika can find any success in towards Apps. Of course, he's going to be facing off against Rezu. And, well, it's actually Brody C to fall first over towards mid. Astro is watching the angle for that B push, so they are lucky to fall on back and not opt to go for it as they find success in towards mid, looking like they will actually be splitting out on towards this B site. With damage down underneath, but that's going to be, they have to check the close angle. Feel like going to be able to land that quick flick, lands a second as well as he spray transfers out on a Rezu. Muffin, meanwhile, entry fragging like a beast, drops that Astro, leaving it all on JDD to come in for the rotate here in through Kitchen, slowly but surely trying to make something happen. They don't really have a lot of money, so a save, not really going to make, all the difference here.
Definitely should save in this scenario. Has no kit. I mean, if he saved there, you've got 5k on Brody, 4k again on Rezu. You can drop over an M4, have an M4 yourself. Brody can buy, Rezu can buy, boom. That's 4 M4s. Instead, goes out and dies. And they will actually just save this one. Smart play. They won the Open Astro. The Open Astro and the Open Liam S have definitely been major factors, resulting in them gaining rounds. But so far, I like what I'm seeing from SKUM. I mentioned before the way they change their play based on what CeX are throwing at them. They don't just run the same thing over and over again and expect the same result. They realize what wasn't working and they change to what is working. And that was the set execute towards the A site and the B bomb site. Well played for them. That will get them finally 1 round in the lead. And already though, low HP, sorry, on the players for SKUM Gaming. This could potentially be a miracle run for CeX.
Right now, though, SKUM, they've already been able to find something over towards mid, and as we can see, once again, taking it very slowly. They're very, very good at this slow, methodical play when they come up against these ecoing CEX players. We haven't really seen any sort of resurgence on the back of these ecos or force buys coming up from CEX, thanks to this play that SKUM are choosing to employ. Liam over to find one, but that's going to be it, as they do send the rest of their forces over towards this B site. The saving grace is going to be Rezu with this CZ, playing it behind bench. If they don't check the angle and he waits this perfectly, just shows good trigger discipline, then he could find a couple of frags. Nika might have just spotted that out though on the jump, and he does. He's going to be dropped out the equation, leaving it all on JWD and Liam to make this one happen. And I mean, coming on in, it's a Mag 10 and a 5-7 to try and pull this up. JWD able to find one, but that's really going to be it. It's a 2-on-3. He should get shut down here. They're doing good damage, but it's not going to be enough. SKUM Gaming, they pick themselves up a 7th round on the board. CEX, so they do find a lot of damage on the back of that eco.
Yep, a few kills here and there, but not quite enough at this point. SKUM Gaming 2 rounds in the lead now. The AWP again onto, is that Duck? Yeah, it is. Couldn't quite see that there. So, Duck with the AWP. Be interesting to see how he plays it, actually. Goes for the fast ramp pick. He's seen those CT players go towards connector, go towards stairs early. He's trying to catch them cross. And unfortunately for him, though, won't quite connect the shot. Or the jump, as he does fail that jump towards Palace. But 1 minute 30 on the clock. And again, a very, very slow default from SKUM. They give up mid. They wait for the CTs to push. But actually, 1 minute 20 on the clock, they might be going for a retake towards mid. Let's see what happens.
That smoke going to allow them to cross, as we can see once again a very heavy mid presence coming out from SKUM here. They do leave Duck to go on the flank out towards A, so this time it's 4 players over towards mid, 1 at A ramp, and that will allow them to collapse out onto one of these sites. Ideally, you'd like 2 guys over towards ramp for the trade, but still focusing on mid, just allowing them to have this much free movement could come back to bite CEX in the arse here, as you can see. They rotate out a window, Duck able to capitalize as well on the outer position, Brody C. And now Hawkins boosted up in towards window room. He's going to be in the back line. It's a real threat. Astro quick to pivot on the spot. Going to be able to find one, but the refrag coming through from the blind Muffin as he does pick that one up. The man advantage now going to be going the way of SKUM Gaming as they push out on towards the A site. Rezu and JDD, sorry, they have to hold this down. And Rezu on the flank, able to get one. Falls on back, no trade frag in sight. Closes it into a 2-on-3, but can't deny the plant just yet. The shots raining in from short are going to do exactly that. It's all on Rezu now. 1v3, bomb going down just in the nick of time. And he's tasked with trying to retake this one in a very unlikely situation, but the HP for SKUM Gaming isn't too great.
Yep. Doesn't have a kit as well, just a smoke grenade, so without a kit, it does make it extremely impossible to smoke defuse. Instead, he shall fall. I mean, they knew exactly where he was, had a in case he dropped that window, but staying towards jungle, he does fall 1 versus 3, and that makes it 8-5. SKUM, I like what I'm seeing, honestly. I had no expectations going to this match. I've never seen them play before. I had no clue what I was going to watch, right? And so far, I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, like we said, when they came into this, they weren't really one that we knew a great deal about. A lack of experience in comparison to these CEX guys, and currently they're making a very good showing. Brody C, though, with a nice deagle just to moisten your appetites as he does find one in towards mid. The trade comes out. It's a 4-on-4, but still that $700 weapon has done a boatload of damage to the economy of SKUM Gaming already. And thanks to this aggression as well over towards Palace, there's a lot of information gained. JDD knows that there's no one now pushing up towards A ramp, no one over at Palace either, so it does just narrow it down, and you can already see that based on how CEX are playing. They're cornering off sections of the map and just trapping SKUM Gaming over towards the top right, up at top mid, over towards the entrance to B apps. And for the time being, that's exactly what they need to do. They're just allowing these pistols to kind of work their way up into the closer ranges. They've pretty much solely dedicated on B and mid thanks to the positioning of JDD, and as a result, this round could definitely still go their way.
It's an interesting point you bring up there. You want to play slow versus pistols, but you also allow pistols to get into the prime positions to where they want to play. For example, pushing towards Palace, pushing to T-spawn, and all this information will mean a fast rotator from Astra and Rezu. Let's see. Liam has a nice one-tap there. Can they get any more? Liam gets a second. And another player jumps out the window. Where's he looking?
Oh no, it's I don't know what just happened then. That was that shouldn't have gone that way. And I'm a little bit lost for words. The damage is being done, and oh no. I mean, that could have been the shot that changed this round for CeX, and sadly they do just whiff it. But still, I mean, it's a one-on-one. There's not much HP on the side of Filler, but he's only got to watch this one angle. JDD just walking out into the crosshair. And there we go. He's going to be taken down. SKUM Gaming, they picked themselves up a 9th round, and what was a very even start has quickly become a rather one-sided affair. SKUM Gaming are looking to be in top form right now.
Sloppy mistakes there from SKUM. Multiple players jumping out individually. They're not jumping out together, not playing as a unit. That's exactly what you want if you have those pistols in your hands. The P250s capitalize off those close range headshots, making it 5-9. And honestly, I was expecting this scoreboard to be reversed. I did not anticipate the level of play we're seeing from SKUM. Rezu, though, finds the first onto Hawkins. He does drop. Brody C as well refaces from connector and sprays down Nickap. So, seen and praises for SKUM, but heading into the final round of the first half, they will fall short here initially. But we saw what happened last time. CeX had the 2 opening kills towards mid, and then somehow SKUM managed to bring it back and win one of the early rounds. Could they repeat that here? I'm not too sure. I think CeX definitely learned their lesson. Brody sees another one, but does fall. Duck gets the kill. Instant trade there from Astro. Muffin now in the 1 versus 4.
He's able to grab the bomb, but with plenty of time left on the clock, not really limited in terms of his options. The only kind of red flag here is not just the huge man disadvantage, but also the lack of utility. A singular smoke to try and make a play happen. And as he makes his way down short, no smokes, no flashes, he'll be dropped out of the equation. Rezu quick to pick that frag up. 9-6 secured for SKUM Gaming. A 3-round advantage as we head into the second half.
A lot of pressure here on CEX to win this T-pistol. Individually, in terms of aim, you're looking at Brody C, you're looking at JDD. These guys can definitely headshot. Looking at the scoreboard as well, 15 frags on your first. A very strong showing. Filler as well. I think the thing with Filler as well is he's had such impactful kills. They're not eco frags. They're impactful kills, entries towards the A bomb site, multiple entries towards B. I mean, just in my mind, going up short, finding the kill, the flick headshot on the guy that was in get right, and then spraying down the player towards Van. So clutch plays. Individually though, CeX, they're gonna have to bring a strong performance here leading to the second half. And someone's off for a piss. So we've got a slight break here.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of give us a little bit of time though to perhaps speak about, who's been having these standout performances. Like you said, I mean, Filler is one that comes to mind, especially when you consider the fact that, within the first kind of 5 rounds or so, he was rather quiet, kind of sitting on about 5 frags in total. And then just across almost a couple of rounds, it shot up, put him at the top of the leaderboard. And since then, he's been a key player for the side of SKUM Gaming. I mean, Hawkins had a very dominating kind of position early on with the entries out on towards the B site. He was very, very key in their takes of that. Did kind of start to fall off towards the end of the game, but still had a very strong performance early on. The real question is now, can CeX reconvene here, use their key players like Brody C and Astro, 2 players that have just been, you know, locking down sites time and time again, more effectively here on the T side. Whenever you have these star players that are getting frags, you do often find that they fare better on the T side because they can use them to open up sites. So I think a lot of it is going to fall kind of on the players that we've already seen having a very dominating performance.
You see, you say that, but generally, we can argue that point afterwards. Flash comes in, this is the fake. Muffin towards CT, trying to spot these players out, and actually SKUM, I keep saying SKUM, nick up with the 5-7 finds 1. Duck as well gets the second kill onto EMS, and this fake has sold it because one of the players rotates, but there's still a player in kitchen. The bomb should be planted. This means that even if CX loses one, they will have a buy on the 3rd round.
Oh, a nice shot out there from Duck to try and find that one. Now it's somebody. He was only able to get 1 frag to his name. Leaving it all on JDD. He's over towards short, trying to hold this down. The rotate coming on through. 3 players here on the site. Gonna find 1 through the smoke, and they're so low. He's done so much damage. Only has to land 1 singular shot on towards Duck, who's already got a number of frags to his name. Just playing around the smoke, playing it perfectly.
Oh!
JDD with the clutch. That's insane. That's exactly what you needed to see. As CEX, they cement themselves that pistol round in a very dominating fashion.
Wow.
Well, I did say JDD has good aim. And right there, he definitely showed it. But a point I wanted to argue about was individual skill, right? And on your T side, you might anticipate that individual skill is important, your AK, your headshots, your entries towards bomb sites, but actually when you're on your CT side and you're playing... Did he just kill him jumping? I didn't have auto director on. Did he just kill him jumping?
I don't know. My overlay just got ruined at the start of this half. So
technical issues
just,
aside, that was a nice
things.
shot. That was a nice shot. But yeah, I mean, individually, right? When you're playing your CT and you're playing your spot alone, you only have you and yourself to hold off an angle and to hold off an area and a part of the map. Actually, what a lot of people say is the reason that mixes are so strong, especially mixes of high individual skill are so strong, is because they out-skill the other team. And when you're on your T side, you can play the trade game. You have enemies, you have teammates to back you up, to flash for you, to be there with you, to trade your life. When you're on your CT side, you're alone. And a lot of the times, it comes down to individual skill. But enough of that. Already the first frag as a crispy headshot came up from Brody C there. And another one as Muffin does fall. 3v3, and actually armor on a few of these players, but JDD sprays down Nick up, resulting in the 1-man lead for CX.
Yeah, it's all on filler over towards CT. Does do good damage out on a Brody C. No return frag in sight just yet either, as he does fall on back. Now just trying to work this angle. Flash going to delay the push that much more, but he does have the kit. As he goes to peek on out, he has to contend with the player over at Connect. That's going to be JDD, this star of the previous round, who's just watching for this peek out from CT. Crossfire going to be there, and they combine for that frag. CEX, they find themselves in 8th round, but at a heavy cost. They do only have 2 players surviving, which of course is going to pay some serious detriment in terms of their economy.
Economy aside, this will result in the tie of rounds. First pistol going in the favor of CEX means that CX have won both the pistols in a best of 1. Winning both pistols, Harry, is very, very vital. Grants you 6 rounds just straight off the board for free. And SKUM Gaming, they did take a lot of the buy rounds. Hopefully they can do the same on the CT side if they want any chance. Claw themselves back and to take the lead from here. But we shall be tied 9-9. And I'd be interested to see as well how SKUM Gaming decide to play the CT side, right? We saw them play passive defaults on the T side. Do they change the up on the CT side? Do they get aggressive for information? Do they play for the info? Or do they play passive? Do they play retake towards A? So many questions that hopefully get answered in this round, and the fact they have no AWP means we might be seeing some aggressive plays here.
Yeah, they are going to be sending Duck out towards mid, and will be Astro tasked with facing off against the smoke, going to be there to block off and allow safe passage and towards middle. There's a lot of pressure being exerted here early on, similar to what we saw previously. JDD making his way in through lower tunnels. 3 players over towards middle right now with Brody C and Liam over towards A and B respectively. Rezu is going to be the first to fall though, over in towards mid as his head gets swiftly removed by Hawkins, who's holding that short angle diligently as ever, just biding his time, allowing these players to walk out into his crosshair and executing them with a ruthless precision. Well, for the time being, we can see Astro. He wants to peek out towards A and try and find some sort of refrag, but it's actually going to be JWD to try and answer back, but he whiffs those shots. Filler, they're going to be able to mop him up. But you see, player tasked with trying to turn this back in the favor of CeX, able to get one, but that is going to be it as Duck peeks out over in towards mid for the return frag, leaving it now in a 2-1-4. Liam, he's able to get one. And he might be aware that Nika's there. He keeps checking the angle, so I think he has an idea, you know, that Palace and scaffolding, of course, aren't clear. Is he going to check, though, the ladder angle? That's the question.
Duck, 14 HP. The 2 versus 3, potentially winnable here. And somehow Astro's nade actually dunks him down. I thought that was a 2 versus 1 for a second there. Nice days there from Astro. Unfortunately for him, though, Liam shall lose the 1 versus 1. Doesn't anticipate that player to be so close to him already. The fast rotation in there will grant SKUM the 10th round. And good play there. I mean, they gave up mid. I anticipated that. You know, they play very passive, but they play smart. When you have a player playing towards short, you always have to have a play in connector. Connector and B short on your CT side, they go hand in hand. If you have no play connector, you cannot play B short pushed up. You had Filler towards B short, sorry, connector, and his teammate on B short covering for him. Filler talking, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Filler finds one. Nick with the multiple kills here, but will be traded out by Brody C as he does make it the 2 versus 3. Flash of the angle, no HP as well, but the AWP there will put Brody C in the 1 versus 3. Fakes the bomb, goes to the peak, spots out the player, but a nice headshot there from Duck, making it 11-9 in favor of SKUM.
Yeah, I mean, they find these 2 rifle rounds, and that's going to be critical because now the economy of CEX is going to be a shambles, as we can see. They're going to be forced just to bite the bullet this time around, eco this one out, and that should allow SKUM Gaming to reach a 12-9 scoreline unless CEX can pull off something truly remarkable over towards the A site. They send all 5 players here early on. Well, it looks like they're just going to go for the waterfall out palace. That Molotov will deny it for the time being. But I mean, with how SKUM are set up right now, no one really here to try and answer back early on, with the exception of Nika on that UMP. He's going to be dealt with very, very swiftly. That's going to allow the bomb to go down. Trades coming out now as Duck rotates on through. Filler and Hawkins next to mop up a couple between them. And Duck, he's going big with the AWP. Finds himself 2 frags. It's all on Liam. 1 versus 4. Playing up close in towards Sandwich. But Duck, he's not done yet. Goes for the flick, and there we go. That's going to be 3. A nice slick 180 there to cement a 12th round on the board for SKUM. But the bomb plant, which is exactly what CEX wanted, is going to go their way.
Bomb does fall. I do like that metaphor there. The waterfall out of Palace will grant them the bomb plant, and that means they will have money for utility and the AWP. Astro's AWP on the T side, haven't really seen too much of it, had we? He's usually him and another player last alive. He goes mid, he holds down, but SKUM Gaming, they're playing very passive. They're not giving any entries towards the middle portion of the map. That's making it very difficult here for CeX to use their aim, to try and use their skill, because SKUM Gaming, they're just making sure CeX walk into their crosshairs during the middle of the round with their force and they're under pressure, and they have to funnel out through tight checkpoints like Connector, like A-Ramp. Speak of him, Astro there gets the headshot onto Muffin, creates the edge. Oh, another entry there for him. 2 entries onto the B bomb site, but does he anticipate a 3rd player towards B?
Yeah, I mean, Hawkins is going to be posted up here over towards Van. Smoke will be blocking him off, and as the bomb falls on back over towards A, they could actually be walking into the wrong site here. There's still 2 players posted up over towards this site. Hawkins, the only player over at B, and he's rotating off at just the wrong time as well. He's going to be pincered here by the remaining members of CEX, so it's not going to be looking too great, as if he does try to rotate off of B, he will be dealt with. There we go. Probably going to be going for the aggressive peek. Filler trying to refrag, can't quite line up the shot, meaning it all falls on Nika over towards Ramp, who does find the first, but him killing Liam is going to prompt the rotate over towards B. The remaining 4 players for CEX just posted up, biding their time, and SKUM Gaming, as a result, have to fall on back and save. They're very far away. There's not really a lot of time, and they've got such a significant man disadvantage that saving these weapons, of course, is going to be the better choice to make.
Yep. Losing with grace is something that SKUM Gaming have to do here. When you're looking at the money as well, they will need to save these rifles, drop their teammates, and try and stop CeX gaining momentum. Give them 1 round, give them 2, break your economy, and they'll be right back at you in the lead. I mean, if this goes to what? If CeX win the next buy round here, put SKUM on an eco, we'll be seeing 12-12. And at that point, the pressure is on. and the inexperience from Scum Gaming could end up catching them in the back. Could potentially be seeing the comeback here for CeX. But Nika finds 2 frags, but eventually will fall. Actually, I do like that. You see, look at the money here for the T side, right? Nika finds 2 frags. The money means that there could be 2 drops come through. Liam and Resi being dropped will mean a lack of utility on the T side, and Mirage, definitely a map where you need your nades. I say that, actually, I think they have got covered. Have they got themselves covered? Let's see. Yeah, smoke on Liam. So the nades are still good. He will smoke off top mid. 4 rifles. I'm not there, that was my bad, I misread that. But still, duck with the AWP. Thamas on Hawkins, so firepower still strong. It's definitely the end of the world here for the CT side, and the mid take coming again from the Ts.
And I mean, at this point, CeX, they've gone mid time and time again, and Scum, I mean, they're just ready for it. They're shutting them down before they have any sort of, smidgen of opportunity, really, to make much happen out towards mid. They haven't really found much success whenever they've gone for it. What we have seen success in is these very, very methodical B plays, them rotating over towards A. What we saw in the previous round, trying to play on the back of that. Mid just hasn't been successful for CeX just yet, and I think a lot of that comes down to the setup that we're seeing Scum Gaming use. They have Hawkins posted up towards short, they go aggressive out connector, and then they find these early frags thanks to these crossfires being set up. As well as that, they lose bomb over towards apps, and that's thanks to a nice shot on the back of Duck there, I believe, who falls on back. Now just holding it passively, they've got a 3-man advantage. They don't want to give away any smidgen of opportunity to the side of CeX, and I mean, as a result, it's a very good way of playing this out. You can see they're forcing their hand to try and make something happen. And with only 30 seconds left, it's not going to be an easy task indeed here for the Ts.
Yeah, that smoke might be the final nail in the coffin. They could have gone for the contact play with the rifle and the AWP. That smoke will take 20 seconds to the clock. And actually, that one smoke causes a save here for CeX. And Astro, again, last alive with a fellow teammate. He plays very passive on the T side. So on the CT side, he's getting aggressive, he's peeking connector, he's going for the plays, he's pushing B. But on the T side, he gets cold feet. He just goes towards the black box mid and he holds. He holds for a window peek, he holds for a short push. But none of the Scum Gaming players are giving him the entries. And this has made his AWP very lackluster on his T side. Then again, on his CT side, he did have a very strong showing, so can't fault him too hard. And the pause will come out for the T side here. CeX asks for the timeout, and the question is, with the force buy they have, I mean, look at the money. It's a very, very dire situation here. We could see, I mean, lack of utility, right? You're going to have your smokes and your nades and your flashes. You could do a fast B split. If you've got 2 Tech 9s, send the Tech 9s towards B apps, flash over, molly van, smoke balcony, jump through the balcony smoke, try and find entries onto B and have the rifles and the AWP go towards mid and play aggressive there. That could work. But Scum Gaming playing so passive towards mid. Maybe CeX can take advantage of that.
I mean, I don't know about that one. That's where I think, we might differ in opinion a little bit as to how it might be best for CeX to play this one out. I think mid has been very, very well held by Scum. I mean, you normally see one player over towards short, then they have a player at stairs, one in connector, sometimes a guy in window as well. They normally have 3 players within a very fast rotate of middle. And whilst they aren't taking the aggressive stance in mid, they are still locking it down from these passive angles. So as a result, I really feel like CeX might benefit a little bit more from trying to go fast out towards A, landing these smokes, just locking down the site. As, usually there's only one main presence actually holding that site from kind of, triple box or scaffolding. So, the smokes could definitely be used to cut it in half. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they decide to remedy this problem, but I don't think mid is the answer right now.
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh.
No, I was just going to say, just because of how they've been getting shut down every time they've tried it.
You're definitely not wrong. But the thing is, the way Scum have been playing, they've been playing far back towards short and back towards connector. It means that smokes and molotovs are so prevalent towards mid. One smoke connector completely gives up mid for Scum Gaming. Let's see here though. Astro towards back boxes, peeks towards window, and actually a face finally comes, but unfortunately him, the timing. Is that smoke gonna land? 2 missed window smokes from CeX. Definitely not what you want to be seeing here if you are a CeX fan. But nevertheless, you do go towards mid. And again, Scum play very, very passive. So this is what I meant. Scum play passive, they give up mid. You can exploit that. Yes, they play well when the T's are in mid and they fight for connector, they fight for short. But if you smoke off connector, you flash short, you can definitely exploit the way SKUM are playing. And the way CeX are playing is definitely not the most optimal way. You know, SKUM are playing passive. This slow default hit me, not pay in their favor, and exactly that. The AWP finds the first frag towards mid.
Look at this aggression right now, though, from Nico, who's pushed all the way up through T-spawn, and this could be huge here as if he picks his pace up a little bit. You can see the aggression out towards the B site, up close and personal. Brody able to do some damage along with Liam, dropping out Muffin, but Hawkins very, very quick to refrag there. It's a 2-for-1 trade, and that's going to put them at a huge disadvantage now. You can see Astro's made his way down short, but Doug primed, ready and waiting, going to be coming off the better of the two with the AWP there, leaving it all on JDD, who's had some amazing clutches in the past, but not this time, as he is going to be eliminated. 10-14 now, SKUM Gaming, 1 round away from that point.
Money as well. I mean, for CeX, you could save this, play for the overtime, try and win 5 rounds in a row. The money is weak on SKUM Gaming's side, so it's doable. Win 2 rounds. 12-15, break the economy, make it 14-15, try and take the final round. But that means winning 3 actual full gun rounds. And so far, they haven't really been showing much life. They won 4 rounds, but 3 of them were from a result of the pistol. Filler here. Completely decimating this Palace push, this Palace burst. Making it 15-10, match point for SKUM, CeX. And actually, that maybe this is giving us a sign there as to what's about to come.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the real issue is, out of the 10 rounds that they have, only 5 of them have been on rifles. So they've been so reliant on the pistols on the side of CeX. And normally when you pick up those 6 rounds, you'd be at a huge, 5 rounds in this case, you'd be at a huge advantage. But they are just being outclassed in the rifle department. There's no other way to put it. They are just being out-aimed right now, as well as being outstratted quite favorably in terms of how SKUM have been playing this one, which, like we've been saying throughout, is very surprising. This time, CeX are going to try and switch things up, going for what I was hoping they would do, an aggressive play out towards this A site. Very, very fast, lots of aggression, and it does allow them to make it across. The Molotovs and nades doing lots of damage, though. Liam going to find himself on 10 HP, but this site just crueling with CeX at this point.
Astro, what are you doing? Bomb is dropped. Astro planting for mid. It's a good plant. The problem is that with no backup from his teammates, no one playing close towards stairs, no one spamming the smoke. The CTs can do whatever they want. They don't feel under pressure. They spam the smoke. They hear the bomb go down. Astro falls. 3 versus 5 here. JD does make it a 3 versus 2. Then again, no utility for the T's here. Philip and Muffin versus JDD and Rizu.
Low HP on Philip is something to worry about, but they don't have utility to try and mop it up. And oh my god, not when he lands shots like that. A nice quick hit and run on the back of the AWP to eliminate JWD there on the site with the bomb. You can see the peak coming out from Rezu, but it's not going to land. Muffin mops him up, and as a result, does secure the map point round. And I mean, that's going to be that, 1-0. A very, very strong half there. A very, very strong game. Sorry, what am I on about? A very, very strong game. And CeX, I mean, they just couldn't answer back. SKUM had a very, 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 very strong CT side and very, very strong just rifle round as a whole. And I really do feel like CeX just struggled to answer back. Will that change on map number 2? I mean, what do you think, Sots? I mean, where do they have to improve?